When I went to do my first degree, I got to the university and there was something called work study. And I needed to do the work study. So I applied for a job. And the first job I got was working in the kitchen at the university. I was washing pots bigger than myself. And you know I'm a big man. And there was a South African guy working there. And you know, you come from the Caribbean, we're in Grenada. When we see white people, they're here for a short time, so they're never not nice to us because they're here on vacation. So I had never dealt with racism or anybody looking at me. I thought all white people were nice because that's what I saw. I worked in the hospitality industry. And this guy said to me one day, "You're kind. Your kind is good at washing these things. Your kind is good at taking out the trash. Your kind." And I'm thinking to myself, what on earth am I in? Did I enter the twilight zone? So I remember, being hurt by it, being offended by it. And I remember walking to my mailbox, hoping that I got a letter from home or something to cheer me up. But I was bathing in tears because I was so offended by experiencing this sort of racism that I had never encountered in my entire life. And while there with my tears bathing on my face, I saw this ad at the accounting department looking for an accounts clerk. And I was like, well, I have a lot of accounting experience. I worked in the hotel industry before I went on to university. So I said I would apply. So I applied to the university for the job. I went in, I remember being interviewed by one person. Then they told me, hold on, another person came and interviewed me. Then the director came and interviewed me. And then they said to me, we'll call you in a few days. So I came downstairs, I sat on the couch in the lobby, and trying to gather my thoughts, how did I feel I did in the interview? Did I do anything wrong? Should I have said something? I was just kind of trying to figure it out. And a lady came downstairs and said, "Mr. Sitahar, you start tomorrow." I got the job. Now, fortunately, when I got the job, within a month of getting the job, the manager quit. And I was there in the accounts department doing the accounts receivable, the accounts payable. I was even working on the Merrill Lynch investments. I was doing everything as a student. Okay? I was doing everything as a student, and I did it for years without them hiring a manager. And I was feeling myself. But then, I think it was in my last year, a student who was from a very wealthy family, he was given the job as the manager. And he had no experience. He was just out of school, never worked a day in his life, and he became my boss. And what happened is I would have to do all the reporting, I would have to do all the work, and he would present it as his work. In fact, sometimes when we would be going to a meeting, he would tell me that I shouldn't be walking in front of him, that I should be walking behind him. And let me tell you something. I started to hate that man. I started to hate that man so much that it started to have a toll on me personally. Now, those systems where you sit in an office and everybody has a computer and you're able to type among yourselves little messages. So every time this guy would demand something or speak to me in a bad manner, there would be a chit chat between me and my co-workers. And sometimes he would use the same system to send me messages. So he sent me this message demanding this report that I had already given to him. He didn't realize he got the report already. And of course, I typed to one of my friends, "What's wrong with this jackass? What's wrong with this incompetent fool?" Little did I know that I sent that message directly to him. Yes, I sent that message directly to him. Now I'm sitting there thinking, Lord, shit, I just screwed up. This man is the catalyst, but I just screwed up. So, pull up my pants, figuratively, and I went to see his boss, who is the ultimate boss, and I explained the situation to him. Do you know what happened? He told me 2 words. What do you think those 2 words were? Some of you probably think it's "you're fired." It wasn't "you're fired." It was the worst 2 words I had ever heard. And it was go apologize. Yes, go apologize. So, spent a little time mucking around, and I went to apologize to the guy. And you know what he said to me? He said to me, Kirk, why have you never said to me that you were feeling this way all the time? Yeah, that's what he said to me. And you know what he said to me again? This person who made my life miserable, this person who made my life miserable then has saved me from a lot of the issues that I'm encountering in life now. You know what he said to me? He said to me, Kirk, when I offend you, that is a sin. He said, when you hold on to that offense, that also becomes a sin. You have no idea, Kirk, if when I go home in the night, I go down on my knees and I say, Papa God, what I did to Kirk today was wrong. Please forgive me. Wow. He's forgiven, and I'm holding the offense, and I'm left with the sin. So really and truly, I really don't try to hold on to anything. Okay? I don't try to hold on to anything, and I try as hard as possible not to be offended by people's crap.